pdfToolbox CLI, or command line, is a very flexible way to do integrations and to call from scripting languages and so on. But how do you get started with it? Of course, there is a documentation chapter for it, a whole chapter at help.callassoftware.com, but who wants to read documentation? So let me show you some tricks that are probably going to get you going much faster and will avoid that you have to go back and forth to the documentation the whole time. This is pdfToolbox CLI, so I have a terminal window here, and I also have the folder where I installed, on Mac in this case, pdfToolbox server. And when you install pdfToolbox server, you get the desktop application and you get the command line application. And at the highest level, I have the desktop. In the CLI folder, I have the CLI. This, by the way, is very important if you ever want to do set application path and switch. The application you want to point switch to is the one in the CLI folder, not the desktop application. That is not going to work. So how do I get going with this? Well, I can take pdfToolbox CLI and just drag it in here, and then I could run it, and it's going to tell me that I don't know what I'm doing. And it tells me what it expects from me. And what it expects from me is this list of possible parameters and so on. That doesn't tell me very much. So let me show you something better. First of all, let's figure out which CLI we are working with. And I can do that by using the version command. Notice there are two hyphens in front of it. Hyphens, dashes, whatever you want to call them. There are two of them in front of it, or it's not going to work. And this tells me I'm running 15.2 and I'm running it on a Mac M3, so I have the ARM architecture. The second thing that is useful to know is that instead of version, I can do status. And status gives me a lot of text, so let me scroll up a little bit to where that begins. It shows me two important pieces of information. The first is the licensing information. So who is it licensed to, but most importantly, where is the license file? In many environments, especially web server environments, the whole machine is closed down pretty much. And so you always have access rights issues. And the easiest way to resolve license issues is by looking at where that license.txt file is stored and then copying it next to the pdfToolbox CLI binary. And that will probably take care of the issues that you're having. So status is a really nice command for that. The second thing it shows you is the information underneath, and those are the error codes, the exit codes of the pdfToolbox CLI. And that's also important information. If you ever have a problem, if you get 1005 from pdfToolbox, then this list tells you that pdfToolbox expected a file and you gave it a folder. So -- status is an important command to know. Now, here's the most important one. That is the help command. And the help command gives me even more text. So let me scroll back again. You can see it's quite significant. Let me scroll back to the top here, and then here we go. pdfToolbox, and then I have this long list of parameters again, and then I can see that what is expected is a profile and one or more input PDF files. But now with the help command, I also get an explanation for all of these parameters. And the explanation is short, it's usually only one line, but in most cases it will help you figure out what the issue is, what you can do with it, what the values are that you're supposed to use, and so on. The other thing for which help is important is that if I scroll down a little bit again to here, this is the second way that pdfToolbox can be used. And it is this pdfToolbox -- command and then options method. Command has to be replaced by the actual command that you want to use, and the list of commands is right here. So for example, if I want to do step and repeat imposition, I can see that there is a command called step repeat. What I don't know is what the options are for step repeat. And no, you don't have to go look at the documentation now. I can take a second shortcut. The help command isn't done being useful. I can just say --help, a space, and then the name of the command that I'm interested in. And now the output of the help command is optimized for that specific command. So I now know that I am supposed to do pdfToolbox, step repeat, and then a PDF file or PDF files at the end, but I also have all of the options. So now I can see that by using, for example, --hd, h times and v times, that's the number of rows and columns. And for all of the other options that I have for the step and repeat imposition, I now have a short explanation and I know what the default value are. And in most cases, that will avoid you from having to go to the documentation.